welcome to the Fusion Artist Studio. I'm Andrew Daniels, filling in for Ed Breen this week as your host, and I have a very special guest with me this week, Richarh Tyson. Richarh, it's great to have you on the show.
Hey man, I'm happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
So let's get right into it. Tell me some about your history and what it is about Marion, Indiana that makes you want to make films here.
Well, I guess what it is about Marion, Indiana that makes me want to make films here is I live here. This is my hometown, been here all my life. Marion is all I know. So it's all my resources are here. All the people I know are here. Why not do it here? And I'm tired of us not having it here. Mm-hmm. That's a big thing right there too.
Yeah, I think you're definitely a pioneer in that stage here where we don't have a whole lot. But I see you working out there. I think a lot of people would describe you as a workhorse. And your projects, tell me about some of your projects you got going on right now.
Well, the main thing what we got going on right now is From Ashes. Man, it's awesome. I mean, you're a part of it. You're a part of it too. What it's about is it's about a mother of two running away from an abusive marriage. And it's exciting. It's been exciting to get the cast together. It's been exciting to get the crew together and actually get the pilot episode done so everybody can see what we're talking about. It's been exciting.
Absolutely. I'm excited to be a part of it. I mean, I've seen the scripts and I've been working with you on it, and it's been a lot of fun just being able to see you work. You have a very professional way of doing things and going into it that I think the artists around here could really use that kind of energy. So with that project, I know you found some writers, and are they from around here?
No, Nicole Sell. It's written by Nicole Sell. I'm so sorry, I forget exactly where she's from. She's from Wisconsin. It's a small city in Wisconsin. It's like real close to Michigan. I met her in the filmmakers group on Facebook, and I just put out there what I was looking for, and she answered the call, and man, we're blessed to have her. I mean, she's energetic, she's creative. Like the rewrite I just read this morning, first thing I woke up, amazing. She doesn't have an ego or attitude. If I say, hey, we need to change this, let's try this way, all she says is, okay, and I'll have it to you, and I have it like when I wake up in the morning, the next morning.
Absolutely.
She's awesome.
It's one of the best things I think about this kind of artist. It's so collaborative, and it is that team effort.
It is.
So what is it about film that inspires you more than any other art media?
As I said before, I think film has the ability to bring it all together. There's so many art forms that go into film. I think like a lot of people don't realize how important music is in the film. Sound, even as we have artists in our community with the Fusion Art Alliance that like to paint. Why we can't have some of the local artists' paintings on the walls of the sets that we're using. I think film brings it all together. That's
Absolutely.
my opinion.
I like that. It really is it's a combination of all of those things. Mm-hmm. So with film, it's a storytelling medium, right? With art, and art is one of those things we'd love to have as storytellers. What kind of stories do you want to tell?
And see, I don't know if this is good or bad because I watch YouTube videos a lot on how to do things, and they say you should be an expert at something. You should be known for something in particular. And I don't know if that's going to be bad because I don't think I'm going to be known for anything in particular because I have so many stories, different types of stories. I mean, you guys don't know what all I got up here and in the vault, but I know what's in there, and it's real diverse and broad. I mean, I want to tell urban fiction stories. I want to tell gritty street stories. I also want to tell those very polished mainstream type stories too. I want to tell like some of everybody's story, plus a lot of my own that I have written myself too. Mm-hmm. So we got a lot of work to do. We got a lot of stuff to shoot.
I'm excited for it. So we've talked a little bit about the series. With that, here in Marion, we've obviously had a lot of collaboration with finding locations, things like that. Have you found that the community is helpful in finding those kind of resources for you? Has it been easy? Has it been hard?
It's been a mix of both. It's been a mix. It's like sometimes everybody's willing, ready to just step up and say here. Then sometimes it's a little bit more difficult. It was kind of difficult this time to get what we needed, but Miss Horton, Valerie Horton, came through at the end. She said, I started feeling sorry for you. It's all you kept asking and nobody was answering, and she offered up her home to us that night, and we held her home hostage till what, 1:39 exactly a.m. And her kids loved it though. I mean, her kids were camped out.
Yeah, they were.
In sleeping bags in the front yard waiting on the window busting scene. Everybody, we had an audience waiting for us to just bust this window in the scene that we were shooting. It was amazing, man. It was a blessing too.
Yeah, I remember showing up on set and just seeing everybody camped out in the driveway next door. Like, what are y'all here looking at? It's like, well, we heard there was a window going to be busted out.
For real. Yeah.
It's like, oh no, it's going to be a while before we get to that. I hope y'all, hope y'all brought snacks.
I didn't think it was going to be that long, but it actually took us 5 hours and 39 minutes to get to that point.
Mm-hmm. But look at the product. I think it's definitely worth it.
Yeah, man. We did it, bro.
Yeah.
And we're going to keep doing it too.
And where can, we have that first episode out. Where can people watch that?
Right on Channel 27 News and Entertainment on Facebook. That's where I put all my stuff. That's where the audience is at, and that's what I'm trying to build from. So you can find everything right there.
Why do you think this series is working this time? I know we talked about when I originally came on the project that you'd had some troubles before getting actors to show up and getting projects off the ground. So what is it now that you think is working?
I reached out to a different writer and I specifically looked for scripts with the smallest cast as possible. What made it work was we cut down the number of people. Mm-hmm. And I understand I have a vision. You can't expect everybody to see what you see. So I understand when we pull people on, it might not be a priority to them. It might not be important to them. And long story short, before we could even get the first cast meeting with the other script we was working on, every week it was somebody different, had an emergency come up or something was going on. We could never even get the first initial meeting together. But for some reason, this script, less people, it worked. Mm-hmm. And we actually pulled in some of the same people that's been around ready to work with us. But hey, this one worked. I think it was meant to happen. Because listen, I met the writer, I met Nicole, like from the time I met her, inside of 3 weeks, first episode is out.
Wow.
Inside of 3 weeks.
Wow. Do you think it maybe has to do something with the the content of the story? Because I know people are energized and passionate about the story.
I don't think so, because the last storyline that we were using, it was something that the community was passionate about. The last series we were going to shoot, we were tackling the opioid addiction.
Oh, wow.
The whole opioid pandemic. So we try to choose storylines right now that the community's interested in, that they're emotionally attached to, that I know that they want to see.
Absolutely. So going into kind of the success you've had with filmmaking and getting it off the ground here, I know there are lots of young people in the community that are interested in filmmaking as well. What kind of tips do you have for them?
Shoot.
He knows what he's talking about.
I mean, for real, don't wait to get a camera. I think what helped develop my eye was shooting through an iPhone. You don't have this lens to look. You got to look at the frame. You got to look at the frame, make sure. I mean, I really believe I could be wrong, but I believe I'm excellent at framing shots. I ain't gonna say excellent, but pretty good. You know what I mean?
I'd say you're excellent.
I'm pretty good. Let me get a little more to my belt. Just from looking at that phone screen, man, that teaches you subconsciously. You're teaching yourself how to frame just using that phone. So anybody that want to get into this, shoot.
Absolutely.
Everybody got a cell phone, so you don't have that excuse. You don't have a camera.
Yeah, back when I was up working at Interlochen, I worked with the motion picture arts students, and so many of them think it's like, oh, if I just get a better camera, if I just get better equipment, it'll make the story better. And I always had to sit them down and tell them, actually, you know what makes the story better is practice and a better story.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Get a good story. and just put it together, man. Shoot it good, frame it good. And you're gonna make mistakes. I mean, I got to make all my mistakes from doing the news. You know what I mean? Learning how things should go, and just I don't have any training. I haven't been to school. I haven't had anybody sit me down and give me tutorials. I just picked up that cell phone and started shooting, man.
You just got to get doing it. I
Yeah.
think is really the takeaway for young people, and they see those fancy cameras and they see the fancy mics and all that, and you know you can make excellent stuff just with a cell phone, like you were saying.
Yeah, and we actually shot this on the Blackmagic Cinema 6K and a Lumix GH5.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we use.
Now Blackmagic camera, that's a nice piece of equipment there.
Yeah.
What was it like using that?
I didn't use it. Actually,
Oh, yeah.
my cinematographer, my DP, Ruben Pearson, that's what he shot with. All those scenes where you see Ashley in the kitchen, in the bedroom, putting the kids to school, in the country cafe, all that's Blackmagic, the Cinema 6K. He had a family emergency come up, so he had to leave. The plan was for him to shoot the whole thing.
Gotcha.
Now, because that's my bro and he trusts me, hey, he left me his whole rig. But when it got time to shooting, you were right there with me. You were right there.
Yep.
I couldn't figure out how to use it in his stabilizer, his I don't know why the word is escaping
Gimbal.
me. His gimbal, yeah, his gimbal. I couldn't figure it out, so I said, man, I got to shoot with what I know. And I pulled that GH5 out the back seat of that Jeep, and we got busy.
Yeah, I think that was a smart decision.
Yeah, we got busy. I had to shoot it with what I knew.
Yeah, because I think you always end up getting a better product when you go to what you know and you push the content more than kind of your own experience with the equipment.
And that's what I was scared of. I knew if I had used the 6K, I was like, I'm gonna be focused on trying to figure out how to use it and worried about the technical aspect, and I wouldn't have been able to get the performances I got. The GH5, I'm comfortable with it. It's like, to me, it's just an extension of my palm.
Yeah.
And I love it, and we made it happen, man.
Yeah, and seeing the final product, I mean, you can't even tell the difference between the two because of how well I think you handled it. You know, I know which ones the different cameras were used on because I was there, but the end product, I mean, it's seamless.
I'm gonna give the credit to my colors, Ruben Pearson. He's my DP. He's the one that operates that Blackmagic Cinema 6K, and he graded it to match. He's real good at grading. I thought I was good at grading, but he's better than I am, so I let him handle that part.
There's something about having a great team.
It makes me want to break down and cry. I mean, for real. And seriously, it means a lot to have that team. I mean, even the help that you came up with. That scene wouldn't have turned out the way it turned out if you wouldn't have been there.
Oh, thank you.
And I don't have any problem with giving credit when credit's due. It takes a team. You know, somebody that's trying to do, think about it, man. This is a 15-minute pilot episode. Can you imagine what they go through on set of a full-length feature? You know what I mean? So just having the help that I had here to do this, I think anybody want to try to go at it alone intentionally is insane, crazy.
Yeah, so many times I think, especially in a small town where we don't have a lot of experience with things like this, people only see what they see on TV. They think of directors as these puppet masters that go in and play with actors as a dollhouse. But then once you have people that have the experience and are actually working in those teams, you see it's a lot more collaborative, and it's a huge team effort. It can't just be one person.
I mean, even like what Cora.
Yeah.
Cora, I mean, who played Lilia, 10-year, 12-year-old on set. Richarh, do you think we should, you know what, baby girl, let's try it. You know, even Ashley doesn't have much experience acting other than with me on commercials, and she made some suggestions, and you know what, Ashley, let's do it. It was like you said, it was a collaborative effort all the way down to Miss Brown keeping me in order, I didn't realize I developed it. For those who don't know, I got a weird habit. I got the script in my hand, and I throw it right before I yell action. And then as soon as I yell cut, all right, where's my script? What happened? but I don't know
it's
why
like,
I do it.
2 doors down.
Every time I throw it, I don't know why I do it. I just get it away from me and just focus on what we're looking at. And it's weird. I guess I got little weird things about me on set, but Miss Brown and Jackie and them, they know how I am and they keep me in order, keep me organized going forward.
Yeah, they give you the freedom to be present, right, with what you're doing, rather than having to keep all those things in mind and then having to deal with them. That's one of the beauties of having an assistant director and a production manager, all of that.
Yeah, yeah. It was beautiful. I mean, like I said, after we shot all that, man, I went home and cried. Don't know why I cried. Sat right on the couch and cried, not like a baby, but they were streaming, man. I was happy, man. I knew we got the footage. I wasn't worried about the editing part. The only part I was concerned with was getting the footage. And that whole day, man, it went good all the way. Again, thanks to you. I was having problems lighting that night scene. Pearson, Ruben, he's good with lighting and everything. He was gone, so I was stuck alone, didn't know what to do. He was like, hey, you got a blue light? You got blue lights, dude. I said, okay, well, light them blue. Well, here, hold it, let's go. Right over my shoulder, let's go. And it worked, man. It worked.
Tip for all you young people, at night you shoot with blue because it looks like nighttime. That's a freebie.
Free game right there, priceless, saved the project.
So tell me about the future for you. What's the dream here?
The dream would be mega successful independently, if I could. I like to grow and just be huge independent. But if a big production house, whoever, studio comes along and everything's right, I would like to go. But I like to just shoot, man. Have the freedom to just make a living doing this all day, every day. I mean, if not every day, at least a good 3-4 days out the week, It's amazing, and it's not that frustrating. Like I said, when you got a team, I'm not getting ready to sit here and take all the credit. You got Jackie Vest, Joan Brown, Ruben Pearson, you, my girlfriend, Ann Henderson. You got all these people behind the scenes that help me do what I'm able to do, and again, I realize I can't, because I've tried. I've tried doing it alone. It don't work. It's not gonna happen.
Absolutely. Along with doing that, having that dream, is there anything with Fusion Arts Alliance that you think is going to be able to help and bring that all together?
I don't know. I tell you what, I'm open to work more. I would like the Fusion Art Alliance, because I'm a member. Mm-hmm. I would like us to work together, but that's another reason why I was so glad to have you as a part. I think I should be working together more closely with the Alliance. I wish the Alliance, we could find a way to just, maybe we need to communicate more to get that dialogue going. But yeah, I mean, I would love to. Yeah,
I think, we're growing, and you're definitely an asset to the artistic community here. And I think we would love to be able to do more of a partnership and grow that part of the community.
Yeah, well, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Well, Richarh, it's been excellent having you on. Wonderful talking to you.
Right on. Likewise.
I'm more than excited to see what comes from all of your filmmaking and the web series.
Oh, you're going to see it. You're going to be there.
Yeah.
You're going to be there.
Yeah, I got to read that script, learn my lines, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, but it's been wonderful. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Right on, man. Appreciate it, man. Yep.
And we'll see you next week.